Hey there, everybody. I hope you're having a good day in your corner of the world. Been having a pretty stressful day myself, but nevertheless, I'm alive and I'm grateful to be alive, to be experiencing all of the good and the bad in this life. Because what good would it be to just live a pretty stable life if there aren't any challenges that encourage you to grow? Now, notice that I use the word encourage because the challenges that you are forced to confront in your life can be seen as a blessing or a curse. It just depends on what kind of perspective you want to take, what kind of perspective you want to see that particular, in what perspective do you want to see that particular challenge? It's easier said than done, especially when you're in the middle of the hurricane. Well, if you're in the middle of the hurricane, you're in the eye of the hurricane, and it's technically a better place to be than in the outer part of the hurricane. But anyway, you know what I mean. When you're in the middle of the storm, it feels like the storm will never go away, and that your life will forever be a storm. Now, I think it's healthy to get frustrated, to get angry, to get upset about things that are not going right in your life. Maybe there is something in your life. There's a situation in your life where someone is treating you unfairly, or there's a situation where you've been backstabbed, or maybe you feel like someone has been unkind, or your environment in general feels hostile. And I'm not saying that you should feel okay about it, or you should be complacent about what's going on and just say, oh, everything is going to be okay. And although that is true to a certain extent, I think it's healthy to experience the anger, the frustration, the discontent in a certain situation. It's important to allow your body to feel, but not fully identifying with it. Now, what do I mean by fully identifying with an emotion, good or bad? And it's easier to identify with a bad emotion than a good emotion. It's really, and by identifying, I mean attaching yourself to it and believing that whatever you're going through defines you, and that particular situation determines your fate. And that is not the case, my friend. Everything that we go through in our lives is a cycle. It's a cycle. Good, bad, ugly. It's just a cycle. And you can say, well, good and bad are subjective, and there's this story, I think it's in Chinese mythology. It's not mythology, but it's an allegory where there's a guy that breaks his leg, and the people in the village go visit him, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, you broke your leg. That must suck." And then, like a week later, the village goes into some kind of war, and the men of the village get drafted. And this guy that broke his leg didn't get drafted because he had a broken leg. And then I think something about his horse. I can't remember the story too accurately, but the moral of the story is sometimes what we think is bad luck is actually good luck in the long run, or teaches us something about ourselves. I read this text not too long ago about, well, I bought some like message cards in Japan, and they all have Buddhist themes. I don't consider myself a Buddhist, but I resonate with some Buddhist principles. But anyway, one of the cards that I picked talked about how you should view your misfortunes as good fortune, because those are experiences that are edifying and that allow you to grow. And so it's difficult in those challenging moments to see those challenges as something that will allow you to grow and be stronger. Because you're just so frustrated by everything that you're going through, right? All I can say, in my own point of view, from what I've been through, in my perspective, view your challenges as good fortune. If you can view your challenges as good fortune, you can reframe the situation. You will begin to see that you have more space within you to allow whatever it is that you need to learn. So you go into a situation with an open mind and an open heart. It doesn't matter what situation it is, but you go into it with an open mind and an open heart, and you allow that moment, that particular situation, to teach you something about life, about yourself, etc. So those were my thoughts of the day. Pretty random, but something I need to work on, and I'm sure a lot of people need to work on it too, but I'm working on it right now, especially with the challenges and the man, I've lost my words today, with the choppy waters that I'm in right now. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day and wish you all the best. Peace and love. Bye.